Hey, it is Leah. I am in the office working right now, and well, let's see if I can get this behind me. I'm doing some work right back there on my laptop screen, besides all the data I've got there. I have found a new site called, what's it called again? It is called Writing Month. I just happened to see the hashtag that was popular on Mastodon because I was doing some maintenance. We'll say maintenance on Mastodon. I switched servers to see if maybe being back on a writing server would, one, help it, two, help me find more writers and just have some fun. The previous server, it was okay, but it was more general, we'll say, and more musical too, and I'm not really fitting into that category at the moment. I also got you all my selfie stick, so for better recording. So yeah, this writing month, I keep forgetting the name. Writingmonth.org. I'm going to try it out instead of NaNoWriMo. I don't fully agree with NaNoWriMo's statement. Yes, AI is pretty useful. Yes, it can be used for accessibility, but the moment you say that this is, using AI is acceptable for a challenge like NaNoWriMo is the moment that people are going to misuse that. So if you're going to be making a statement like, oh, AI is acceptable, add some rules, some things that say, yes, you can do this, yes, or no, you can't. At least that's my stance on it. You may actually have a different stance on it. That's perfectly fine. I just ask for respect for my opinion, and I will respect yours. And that's the way I work. So yeah, I have already deleted my NaNoWriMo account, if you've seen that on Instagram. I've been looking for like a new hashtag, and this one's the one I'm going to use, both on Blue Sky and Mastodon. If I can find a way to use it on Instagram, I will, and even YouTube, but we'll see. So Writing Month, I need a project. I have been so busy that I haven't had time to plan for Inktober or we'll say Writing Month this year. So more out of choice, because I thought I wasn't going to do, I didn't plan to do Inktober because I'm way too busy for it, and I'm still trying to get things under control. But I hadn't planned to do the writing challenge for November until today. Which usually happens. So that means I've got 3 days left to actually get my plans together. I'm going to do it on the fly again. We'll see if I can actually finish this one. So right now, let me move you all over here. Sorry for the glare. Right now I'm making plans. I don't care to actually show these titles. I know they may change, knowing me. I tend to just change them out a little bit. So if I can get this to work, there we go. So what I'm actually thinking about this year, so the book I was supposed to be writing was called She Who Asked. And not the book, novella. Man, I can't get this stick to work. Okay, there we go. I think I'm adjusted now. So it's called She Who Asked, and I've written a pretty good introduction. I've written a really good draft 0, and it was written so well, I decided to try and write it, but it's not wanting to write itself again. And I think a lot of it is that there's so much going on in the background that I need to write some of the other stuff first, like Where Butterflies Sleep, or The Prince and the Lantern, which would be a nice, easy one to write, honestly. Even though it's really super long, it would be a simple one to actually write. More because, yes, there's a lot going on, but not so much, I'm not pulling so much from stories that should exist. I am, but I mean, it's not as heavy as She Who Asked. She Who Asked is relying on a lot of stories that don't exist yet, so it's also just knowing where I should be writing this mega multiverse, and I don't know that yet. There's also there's a couple older stories. Night Vision from World Earth was created earlier this year, but it's a script. I'm going to transfer it over to book format. Book format, unless I decide to keep it a script, we'll see. I'm thinking about not doing that one. It's on my list because it's a possibility. I am leaning more towards The Prince and the Lantern. I'm also leaning more towards Where Butterflies Sleep, which was the original that started this whole mega multiverse. However, I'm hesitant on Where Butterflies Sleep because, again, it relies on Night Vision from World Earth. It also relies on a bunch of other stories that haven't been written yet. So I'm thinking The Prince and the Lantern would be a nice way to get into the mega multiverse without actually having so much information I have to put in there. I don't have to put anything from World Earth or the other worlds that I've got. I mean, this is set near the Glass Palace. It may go into the Glass Palace, I don't know yet. But it's like, I've got on the board that it may be 50k words, 50 plus k words, might I add. I know it's going to probably be over 100, and I don't know if I can push out 100k in 1 month. If I shoot for 50k, then what I might do on the side is a little poem. Oh man, I totally misspelled that. I just realized that. But a little poem that's supposed to be about Tannenbaum, who I'm working with now in my pilot that's being worked on. It would be set in World Earth, so that's where if I worked on Where Butterflies Sleep, it would complement that pretty well. I may still do it, because it would also be a good way to get into World Earth. I'm thinking about a lot this morning. It's early. I've been here for, what, a couple hours now? I did my daily VSS story, very short story, which turned out okay. And did my data count for just keeping up with seeing what VSS stories are popular, if anybody else liked any of the older ones. Counts on followers, I do counts, but that's because I've got a goal and I'm trying to push forward towards this goal that's going to help me with the writing goal. I know not everybody agrees with keeping track like that, but it helps me starting out this first time, I guess. Yeah. Next question. Have I decided which one I'm going to do? Because I'm actually standing here talking about it and thinking. I don't know yet. I'm thinking The Prince and the Lantern. I've got a blurb started, which is nice, because I'm planning to do a different tactic this year where I'm writing out of order. This was taken from another YouTuber who explained writing out of order. I didn't necessarily agree with the way she described it, though, because it was more like plotting out of order instead of writing out of order. I'm actually going to write out of order, not just plot. I'm going to pick a scene, I am going to write it, and hopefully as I go, it will weave itself together. So that is the long-term plan. And I think it would help me to stay focused in the long run, because I tend to get stuck, and when I'm stuck, I don't move forward. That's been a problem for the last few years when I do NaNoWriMo. So, I mean, I am going to count this little blurb towards the word counts. That's kind of cheating, but it's also my method of dipping my feet into the story, so I understand enough what I'm getting myself into. If I do go with The Prince and the Lantern, then I will be plotting today, tomorrow, and Thursday, and then hopefully starting, the first is Friday? So yeah, hopefully starting Friday, come in here at 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m. and start writing after the VSS story rolls out. That is the long-term plan, at least. The weekly plan. So yeah, I think that's enough of a rant this morning. There will probably be more. Anyway, thanks for listening. I am Leah Laverne Hawk. See you soon.